double check your seatbelts. We've been clear for departure.
Hello there. It's been a while that I got to see or just speak with you guys. Before the video starts, I want to talk about a few things and describe how I want to go further with content creation and with this channel. First, I want to talk about where I've been and why I haven't been doing a lot on this channel. I've been stuck with a lot of problems that have affected me and would prevent me from making content or just make me think if it's just worth making the content in general. Having to deal with personal work and relationships with people, I know just put the burden on me to make that kind of content. But now that some things have changed and I got most of those tasks dealt with, I want to come back with a bang, a really big bang. That being making a video of me going on my first big trip. Yes, you heard me right, my first big trip. I feel like this will be a good way to start content creation again. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope you really do enjoy this video. So now sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at MFF, or as we call it, MidwestFurfest Snow Day. So I just landed in Chicago in nighttime. It was cold, very, very cold. I underestimated how cold it was going to be. Originally, I thought, it'd be like, it'd be like 40 something degrees at the very least. It was almost under 30. Yeah, it was not good. And being that this was a Wednesday and it wasn't really the official day that MFF started, yeah, I was just glad to be able to get in my rental car, which was awesome, by the way, and I'm going to explain more about that. I got into my rental car, got to the hotel, and just rested for the night to get into day zero. That's basically it. Funny enough, I want to mention this. This whole video, I wrote a whole entire script, and it's just, I have this script called Landing in Chicago, and yeah, I don't want to say what this script is, but yeah, I landed in Chicago, cold night, not really the best night, but hey, I got to where I was. Also, I want to explain about the rental car I got, which was an Acura. I'm gonna put a picture of the car that I got, and I want to post the people that I got it from. I used an app called Turo. If you're ever in Chicago, get the Turo app and get it from these folks. They've been awesome. They've been super helpful, very encouraging on how to get the car working and everything. Again, very helpful people. I do highly encourage getting a car from them if you need to rent a car. Super cheap, very easy to get the car. I highly encourage them. Go check them out, please. They've been awesome. So, yes, check them out. Do it. Do it now. Now, unfortunately, all of day zero, yes, that it was MFF classified this as day zero, Thursday, wasn't day one, it was day zero, was just me and my friends just messing around. We really couldn't go to the con until it was like 3 p.m., which was still a few hours when we woke up, and it was like around 8 or 9 that we woke up. But we figured we would go to the store and get a few things since we were going to have a room party at one point. Spoiler alert, we did not have that at all. We just did not have that. Which was a waste of time to go to Costco and money, by the way. And so really the money was the killer for me. But hey, we did get something to eat for lunch while we were there. Which was nice. I just had some pizza while we were there. And again, we had the groceries to be able to not eat out a lot, which was also nice. But we did check the time and realize we were running late to the con now. So we had to get back to the car, like walking as fast as we can, chuck our groceries in our hotel room, and rush down to the con. And all I was doing while walking to the con was saying stupid stuff and just embarrassing my friends. Oh boy, they never felt more embarrassed in their entire life. But come on, when you've been waiting to go to a con since 2016, you would be acting that way too, unless I guess you aren't insane in the membrane like I was. Anyways, we got into the con and we went straight to the registration line. That is if you got sponsored like me and one of my friends did. And thank God we did, because we looked at how long the regular registered attendee line was and talked to friends on Telegram how long it was. One of them said it took about 3 hours, I believe at least, to get through the regular registered line. For me and my friend that got the sponsor badge, it took about maybe an hour or two to get the badge and all the sponsor goodies. And yes, we got goodies. Sponsors got a goodie bag for paying extra, which was awesome. I always love goodie bags. But unfortunately, some of the stuff couldn't make it in time, and I have no idea what that stuff was. But we did get was a t-shirt, a lanyard, bracelet, 2 tickets, and one for the t-shirt and ticket for the brunch on Sunday or day 2. But for the most of day 0, we just hung out, chatted with some people, while some other folks would go to the escape room that wasn't really on top of my list, and I never went to because I'm not a big escape room kind of person. I'm here at MFF 2023. I'm going to be taking some shots and whatnot. Try to get everything to start everything. I don't know what I'm talking about. I got too excited yesterday because this is like my first big con I'm going to. I'm all dressed up right now. So yeah, it's going to be quite fun. Right now I'm dressed up as a character named Kima. I adopted her a while back, but yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this. Now it is day 1, and it gets a little bit interesting, and by a little bit interesting, I mean we were running late. Yeah, when you've been at the con for a good few hours on day 0, and you end up forgetting that time, and end up oversleeping and then wanting to do a pre-workout with your friend because they have to do their pre-workouts before you go to the con, you're gonna miss out on a few things. And some of those things I just wasn't bothered to even care about. But again, it was the side effect of being in a hotel that was far away from the con and not being in a hotel that was close to it. That's a lesson we've learned and won't make again for next time when we do go to MFF again. Other than that, though, we at least made it to the opening ceremonies of the con, and well, it's just your basic opening ceremony. Literally, all they went through was who was in charge, what to expect while at the con, like going over the rules and stuff. After that, though, we started to discuss what me and my friends were going to do, and by that, I mean just splitting apart and doing our own thing. Yeah, we kind of knew that we were going to be doing the same thing and that we were going to be scattered, but hey, we did plan to at least meet up at a few panels. So off I went to my first panel, which was the Ferality Gateway. So before I actually came to the con, I saw on the schedule that Ferality was making an appearance here. Part of me was happy and just shocked because I didn't really expect them to show up here, as I thought they were part of another con and not MFF, but I was wrong. And let me just say, the Gateway experience was something else. I just had fun being able to chat with people on the other side of the screen and just doing funny movements. And at one point, I was playing rock, paper, scissors. I forgot to record that part, which makes me so upset. So upset. And also, if you're not familiar with Furality is just another furry convention that's done over VR, which is an amazing con, by the way. I really highly encourage you to go check it out. I think it will blow your mind what they do. So check it out. After the Furality Gateway, I went to a few panels that were on the other side of the con, and I went to at least 3 of them. And then I also went to a few of the meet and greets. So before I mention any of the panels, I wanted to show off the meet and greets. First, that I went to on day 1. The 2 that I went to are the inflatables and the kimono meet and greet. And now this clip is when I was at the kimono meet and greet. And this one was one of my favorites as it dives into the kimono style fursuit and characters. And I could talk about them all day. They really do deserve a separate video too. So we will dive about them in a future video. Now, the inflatable meet and greet I know can be a touchy subject, but really it was just most of us meeting with the pool toys that they had around the floor and just taking awesome videos and photos of the experience. This panel was all about STEM field, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This is basically a field that I pour my heart and soul into as I love messing and tinkering with technology or just understanding science and mathematics. While I was at this panel, they split us up into groups of particular STEM fields we are interested in, and one of them was the game design field. They had their own fields like biotech, software engineering, and other fields, but the game design one stood out to me as I would love to design a game somewhere down the road, and I just want to get some ideas and what I need to get and work on. I did have a recording of this, but for the sake of privacy and respecting people's boundaries, I won't be showing any of the clips. Again, I kind of felt bad also because someone did point me out saying how I was recording, and it made me a little bit uncomfortable, so I'm like, okay, I just won't show the clip. So that was pretty much day one. We had a few more other activities that we did, but not much was a standpoint to me, but some of the memorable ones I want to save for the end of this video. So stick around, please stick around, because you will not regret what you're about to see, because there was some pretty funny moments at this con, let me tell you. Now, before I start the second day, I just want to say, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. It really means a lot to me that you are willing to actually take some time out of your day to just watch this. And, well, I'm not really a professional video maker, you could say, but I do want to at least make it somewhat good to watch and not like crap. But really, thank you. I hope you can stick around till the very end as we get close to the end of the video and to the end of MFF. Okay, now we're here, day 2, and I want to start off with the sponsor-only brunch feast. Do you remember how I said I got that ticket to a special sponsor brunch at the beginning of the video? Well, this is it. And let me tell you, it was some of the best meals you can get out of a hotel buffet-style brunch. And if you do not know what a brunch is, it's basically a mix of breakfast and lunch food items that are usually between 10 to 12, where they just bring these food items that are a breakfast and lunch thing, which was awesome. And I hope they have this again, because I will just buy another sponsor just to have the free brunch again. After the brunch, there wasn't a lot happening for a good chunk of time. I had to figure out how to kill most of that spare time I had, and what better way to do that than go to the dealer's den. Now, the dealer's den at this con is bigger than any other cons I have been to. Well, besides the local con I go to, and that's really different experience. This one was packed with a lot of stores to go to, and some of it being, well...
Also, they have something else. I can't record in there, but they have that.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I will not be showing what is in there, but I did see some people record in there. Other than that, there was a lot of things being sold. You had your common suits, arts, and other cosmetic clothings. You also had some fursuit supplies being sold, which was nice. And 2 unique things I saw were cars being sold, and then a $1,000 mystery box being sold by a store called F-Class.
If I have $1,000 by next year, I would, and if they have this next year, and if they're here next year, I will buy it.
Now, after the dealer's den, I did go to some meet and greets and panels, but most of them weren't worth recording again. But also, this was my first time trying to get content, and some of it, like the dummy I am, just forgot to record a few things. So I apologize. However, there was one meet and greet I was able to capture, which was the VR chat meet and greet. Or the IRL VR chat meet and greet, however you want to call it, I don't care. And you are watching the clip right now of me actually at that meet and greet. Again, also, there wasn't much really to show besides walking around and chatting with a few people. but I did have my fun time being able to chat with those people while at that meet and greet. So that was cool. And after that, there were a few other meet and greets, and one of them being a Pokemon after the VR chat one. And later in the day, you had some other meet and greets, but I didn't want to name those as they are kind of, how do I put it? Let's just say some people would hear the name and immediately consider it to be a fetish thing. And I really don't want to kind of discuss how that would be considered a fetish thing with some of those. So I'll leave that alone and just not bring those up. But also the con did have 18 and up panels and meet and greets. Again, though, I didn't want to go to any of those 18 and up panels, and the ones that were suggestive but weren't 18 and up, I just don't want to name those out of the sake of saying, hey, don't want to kind of make this video NSFW. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone. However, some of the panels I did go to were how to grow a community, start content creation, like picking out a VTuber avatar model, and how to make a sustainable furry community. Again, in my eyes, they weren't at the level to record them, so I just didn't record them. Now, close to the end of the day, there was something that did catch my eyes. And this panel is a panel that I've already mentioned in this video, and they're making a second appearance. It's Ferality. I just cannot get enough of them for multiple reasons, mind you. But anyways, they asked the community to create these awesome clips and submit them to be shown at MFF. Some of this I was able to record, but unfortunately I can't show all of it as some of these clips have copyrighted music in them. Lovely. But anyways, here's a few honorable mentions I'll throw in there just for the sake of it.
Climb the broken escalator, then go through the hallway, and you shall see the headless lounge, and he's gone. Unfortunate.
If there is a full video of the community showcase on YouTube, I will post it in the pinned comments, and I also highly encourage you give it a watch too. That's if they uploaded it to YouTube. I have no clue if they did or didn't. And that kind of ends it for day 2. So again, it was a big con, so much things to do, but yeah, and I only got to so much of it. But again, it was an awesome time, and unfortunately, everything has to come to a close. This is it, the last day, and I didn't really do much on this day either. Most of everyone was going through a post-con depression already, don't know why, while some others were packing up and were ready to just head on out. But really, you need to just sit down, relax for a bit, because guess what? There is more. I did go to at least 2 meet and greets, and the first one was a plug and share kind of thing, you could say. It was basically where you're plugging in your socials and share what you do for a living, which you could say was like a talent show, but for grown-ups, I guess. And the second one was a meet with people that had either a physical or mental disability, which your boy here has the TISM, and I wanted to go just hang out with simple people minded like me that have this disability. After those meets, I went to get some photo shoots of me in suit, and thank God I got them done before they closed the photo shoots, because I just had to do it on my last day when they were closing. And the line was so long for the photo shoot, I can't even describe how long it was. And I feel bad because they had to cut it off at some point. After the photo shoot, I went to the closing ceremonies, which I'll show you. But also, if my editing self from the future decides to either shorten or not, really I want to show the main point of the closing ceremony being how much we raised for charity.
Slog through these. No, these are good numbers. We had a crazy live auction today. If you were there, you didn't miss it. If you did, you did. But it was great. Things were flying out the door, and people were really generous during our 2 hours. We raised a total with the live and silent auctions. The silent auctions during the dealer room, you saw them at the table. We raised a total of $12,134. Programming people raise the money. I've got some specific numbers. The dance workshop went through the roof this time. I think we doubled the attendance this year. We had more than 50 people, and they donated $660 for the privilege of learning how to dance in suit. Two very talented and top. The Furry Language Game Show raised $145. Citrin's Chaotic Charity Concert, $112 this year. And those crazy poker guys and gals who are playing the poker tournament this year raised $1,167. They were showing that they knew how to hold them and or fold them. And we did mention the Hyatt had donated $659 for those two drinks that you guys got to enjoy and try out. That gives us a total at this point of $20,000. Oh no, that's not the total. Oh. We had other donations from a couple of the vendors here as well. My Fantasy donated $1,000. Fuzzy Logic Escape Rooms, $3,000 donation. We thank them. A $1,000 donation from Primal Hardware, and the Jamf Nation Global Foundation, which has helped us in years past, really helped us this year with a $10,000 and Sarah just gave me a word of a donation that came in from somebody who we can't mention, but they donated $20,768. So that brings us up to $58,059. Thank all of you for being really generous. But that is not all. This is the up-up part. Come on out here. The board spent a little time at the Raccoon Army checking the couch cushions for change. We found a lot of change.
after that, we had our last night rave party, which, oh my god, I never partied that hard in a rave before, and it was awesome. Here's some of the rave clips. And that is all she wrote. The next morning, I woke up early to drop off the rental car and catch my flight back home to Arizona. And it got me thinking a lot about the time out in Chicago and what I need to do next time in the future. And by that, I mean for next year. Yes, you heard me. Next year. Oh my god, this is going to be so awful. I'm going to be going next year, or at least plan on going next year. And the theme for next year also is the Great Heist. I have a plan to commit the ultimate heist ever. What will that be? Well, let's just say it has to deal with fursuits. And since the theme next year is the Great Heist, I want to do something to where I quote unquote steal fursuits, but I really won't be. And I still need to plan on how I do that, but I will update on how I'm going to plan and execute it. Other than that, I want to play some clips that I got from this event that are memorable, but also I have some clips that from some popufers I met at the con, which I got 4 of them. And I wanted to play those videos now of me interviewing them, and each question I ask involves what they do for a living, or really what they do on the side. Out of the 4, it goes down animation, music, content creation, and technology, or IT, or information technology if you want to go that route. I will leave their Twitter handles too in their clips. That way you are able to go find them on Twitter if you want to. Other than that though, here they are.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your first animation? 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Did you think you improved over the years from your first animation?
Yes, I definitely did.
With it, and do you think you came a long way, or you think you still need some work with it?
Well, I still need to work and get better. I feel like everyone, there's room to getting better. My first song, I was happy with it because it was the first thing I ever made, and like, it's a cool feeling to make something.
When you built your community, did you think it would go that far by any chance? And did you think you'd make a career out of it?
When I first started,
Yeah.
no, it was just like a fun hobby thing, but you know, it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and now got one of the best communities on the entire website.
All right, yeah.
Which is the Dingo Den, baby.
When you got your first arcade machine, did you have difficulty repairing it, or was it already repaired and it just was ready and
The
set up?
first true arcade, not counting a MAME cabinet I built, my first true actual arcade machine I got when I was just a sophomore in high school for $125. It was a game called Thundercross, which was a Konami shoot 'em up in an old R-Type cabinet. It was falling apart. Half the buttons didn't work. It did play, but you know, we had just enough wrong with it for me to tinker around with a $10 Home Depot soldering iron, and it was where I cut my teeth on getting me where I am to right there. Buy something cheap that's a bit of a piece of shit, not dissimilar to a junker car, and make it your own.
Awesome.
That kind of learning is how I learned what I did. There's no class. You just keep looking at YouTube videos and some very old documentation from some very generously educational geezers, and you end up where I am right now, sharing that
Awesome.
information with everyone on the internet.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those. And sorry if the audio quality is poor. I didn't mean for those to come out so crappy, but I also didn't have the professional mic on hand at the time I was at the con. I was supposed to get one on Amazon, but it was just out of my price range at the time. Anyways, now I want to show clips that I found memorable at the con, and I do hope you enjoyed those clips. So here they are. Oh, look at them go.
Tabber.
Look at them go. Wow, that's awesome.
The whale was free, the captain's mind was not on greed. He belonged to the whaleman's creed, he took that ship in tow. Whoa! Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. 4 days or even more, the line went slack and tight once more. The bones were lost, they were only 4, but still that whale did go. Whoa! Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. The fire's still on, the line's not cut, and the whale's not gone. The weatherman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go.
And that is really all she wrote. If you made it this far into the video and you enjoyed it, consider liking the video. No pressure though. And really, until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Patrick, did you or did you not open my bag of carbon monoxide in the Krusty Krab?
I'm just saying, hypothetically, how would we close it?